Welcome, sports fans. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with the all-star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. And as the end of the regular season draws closer, let's take a look at the latest power rankings. You look at the Pistons, they're hanging in there at that same fifth spot and hoping to climb higher.
I think for Toronto, they've stayed pretty high in the rankings. And sure, they might want to be further up, but they're a stable team, and that's a good thing with the playoffs approaching.
And one thing we expect to see tonight, great guard play on both sides.
Well, these matchups can be so compelling. You know you're going to get elite ball handling, passing, shot creation. No question, this one's going to be entertaining to watch.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Quickly at point with Barrett by his side. They're the guards. Ingram the 3 with Barnes the 4. And it's Big Cat in at the 5. And that one's good. Cunningham.
Nice job getting inside and executing. I like seeing Cunningham be aggressive around the basket.
Quickly with the ball. Guarded by Stewart. Outside Barrett. Up top Barnes. Toronto passing it around. Harris against Barnes. And he gets it to go.
Well, plays like that take real poise. Harris didn't let the physical defense get the better of him inside.
And here's Ingram outside. The rebound by Stewart. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Back to Harris. Stewart, the pass to Ivy. Back to Stewart. Puts up a 3. It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Launches it from deep. Rebound Toronto. Their last game, a win against the Magic. Looking to carry it into this one.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
Yeah, and you know, coaches honestly wouldn't have as much to do if guys shot like that every night.
Now here's Harris. 13 points in the win against Oklahoma City. Kept alive. Out to Thompson. Now here's Stewart. He's guarded closely. 5 to shoot. Got a hand on it. Outside Ingram. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. This pick is mostly no surprise, but here's your player of the week for the Eastern Conference. Cade Cunningham.
He's made himself the cornerstone of their offensive efforts recently, and he's providing for his squad in every regard on that end of the floor. Scoring, passing, picks, you name it, he's doing it.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And here's a look at some numbers for Cade Cunningham.
And he's been outstanding offensively as of late. These last 5 games, he's been a beast at the offensive end. A different level score than he had been earlier in the season. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Now here's Quickly. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Orlando. And again, no good by Toronto.
0 for 4 to start this game. Some of it's execution, and some of it's just bad luck.
Cunningham with the ball. He had 40 points in the win against Oklahoma City.
Also, the way he was moving the ball, spectacular. Setting the table so his guys could eat.
Here's Big Cat, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
I just love the strong finish there inside.
Man, he's got that dunker's mindset, doesn't he? Always ready to pounce. And last season, the Pistons became the first team ever to triple their win total from the previous campaign.
Yeah, going from the worst record in the association in 2024 to a playoff team in 2025. And now they look to just keep on rising.
Now here's Barnes. Still without a bucket. Pass to Barrett. Back to Barnes. Over Thompson. No good. That would have tied it.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up.
And here's Harris. Ivy outside. The three is up. And again, no good by Detroit. Here's Big Cat, pounded by Harris. Big Cat passes to Barnes, and it's all tied up.
Inside is where Barnes is most effective, taking point-blank shots.
Ivy outside. Cunningham, a screen on Barrett. And here's Ivy from the arc. Rebound by the Raptors. Big Cat's got 4 rebounds in the game. Barrett can't hit. Harris passes to Cunningham. Stewart, left side. On the wing, Thompson. Pass to Stewart. Rebounded by Ingram.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
That gives him the lead. Big Cat's gotten his second bucket of the game.
Yeah, and Brandon Ingram is just a very willing passer for a guy who can score like that.
Now Cunningham. The stats he's putting up, impressive. Averaging around 30.5 points a game. And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Here comes the ball, Detroit.
Let's take a look at the seeding for the Eastern Conference, with only 4 games of the regular season remaining. You take a look at the Raptors. With the playoffs fast approaching, they are well positioned at second place in the conference. And of course, Detroit, nipping at their heels in second place and wanting to get that first seed.
Well, I think for Detroit, their focus is shifting now to the playoffs. Now, they could wrap up a good seed, and of course, it's a matter of playing their best basketball to close out this regular season.
Now here's Harris, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. The shot won't fall.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Oh, that's how to throw it down. Barnes with an exclamation point.
Pass to Harris. Looking to win the run, and it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair.
He's giving his all, but you can't force yourself back on track.
The shot by Ingram, no good. Pistons trail by 4. Down low. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Oh, rocketing off the floor. Ivy using all of his athletic ability on the jam.
Outside Barrett. Back to Quickly. To the paint. Here's Big Cat. And he makes it. Big Cat's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Big Cat's gone 3 of 4 here from the field. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Stewart, the pass to Thompson. And here's Ivy from the arc. Rebound, Toronto. Big Cat's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, for him, this has been a quarter to forget. He is not helping them close the gap.
Count it. Good.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 6-point game. Thompson, a screen on Quickly to the inside. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Hasar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Outside Barrett. Back to Quickly. Lets the 3 fly. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And Detroit is shooting just 22% in the early stages of this one. And here's Cunningham. Over Quickly. Out to Harris. The 3 ball. They get it back. Stewart, the pass to Harris. Ivy outside. Clock at 6. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Ingram.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
And Jaden Ivey, we've seen him come a long way as a player, Coach.
Yeah, it took some time, B.A., but we're now seeing the full range of his talent. He can be a force on offense and an absolute pest on D.
Now here's Harris. Detroit moving the ball around. Here's Cunningham. Rebound, Toronto.
Familiar results for him. He can't get anything to go.
Big Cat shot is off. Pistons trail by 9. And he lobs it up. It's stolen by Ingram. Here's Big Cat, pounded by Harris. And it's quickly with a miss.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Harris passes to Stewart. And here's Cunningham, guarded by Quickly. Cunningham against Quickly. Cunningham drives in. With some arc. Second chance effort. And Big Cat pulls it down. Big Cat's got rebound number 7 tonight. Barnes laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Barnes has got 8 points. So it's Detroit now. They trail by 11. They come into this one having outplayed the Thunder in their last game.
And think about this. That game was really a coin toss. They were fortunate to have survived and picked up the win.
Yeah, they needed some extra time to get it done. But at the end of the day, a win's a win.
And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Raptors.
Wow, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
And also the coaching staff has to love the hustle so far. Just playing with great energy, getting out and converting in transition.
And a new group getting ready for the Pistons. Reed's checked in for Stewart. Holland comes in for Thompson. Karis LeVert's checked in for Ivy. And it's Robinson in for Cunningham. A big group substitution here for Toronto. Pirtle's checked in for Barnes. Dick comes in for Brandon Ingram. Walter, he's checked in for Barrett. Shed comes in for Quickly. All right, Grant, when your team is in the second game of a back-to-back, do you play it differently?
You know, it depends on what happened in the first game. Did your starters have to play a lot of minutes? Did you get into double overtime? It just depends, B.A.
You really don't even have to watch him at the line. Just listen for the net.
And here's Harris outside. Rebound, Toronto.
Well, he's pressing right now, which can happen when you're trying to cut into a lead.
Here's Shed. And the jumper from the wing offline.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Raptors lead by 13. Here's Big Cat. Really played well against Orlando in his last game. The steal. Pass to LeVert. Here's Robinson to stop the drought, and he buries his first look.
Well, for his career, Duncan Robinson is about a 40% three-point shooter, so he's got a permanent green light.
Unloads from 13, and the shot is good off the backboard. And the Raptors lead by 12.
So wide open there. He said, why not? That's like a warm-up shot for him.
Pass to Harris. And here's LeVert for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Big Cat's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Dick with a screen on Harris. Big Cat's shot is off. Now here's Robinson. Fires the 3. It's not going to go for him. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Toronto out in front, up by 12. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a watch. Going with a whole new group out there. And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Raptors lead by 13. Ivy and Thompson are the 2 and the 3. Isaiah Stewart out there with Tobias Harris. And it's Cunningham in at the 1. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Well, Big Cat in their last game against the Magic was a man on a mission. He contributed 42 points, and he was his usual self on the glass, piling up the rebounds. Truly, one of the most exceptional performances we've seen in recent memory. A monster night for him. Back to you.
Oh, great stuff, Allie. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much of that performance carries over into this one.
His goal is to provide whatever the team needs from him on that particular evening.
Well, I'm sure he's coming in with a lot of confidence after last game. He wants to have a repeat performance here tonight.
Here's Ivy, following the bucket by the Raptors. Here's Harris. No good from the wing.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Pass to Barnes. Picked by Pirtle. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
I mean, he's ignoring the scoreboard. He just keeps coming at him.
Well, you have to play like it's a tight game. You cannot let up in this league.
And you can't let Harris get this close to the basket. When you do, this is what happens.
Pirtle, the pass to Barrett. Barrett, a screen on Harris. Three-pointer. Big Cat shot is off.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
That one's good for 2.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
And so it's Barnes with it. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. 17 points was their biggest margin. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. A skill Scotty Barnes definitely possesses is the ability to guard multiple positions, Grant.
Yeah, he has that blend of quickness and length to smother shooters. And he has the strength to deal with bigger guys, too.
Now here's Thompson. 9 points in his last outing. Pass to Cunningham. And here's Harris. Fires for 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Pirtle's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Not his best night, and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way. And they've really been more consistent from the field this quarter.
Pistons trail by 15. Now here's Harris. And Harris throws it down.
Solid athlete with a good vertical. Harris knows how to get inside and hammer it home.
Barnes passes to Big Cat. Here's Walter. He's watched by Cunningham. 1:11 left to play in the first half. A nice shot by Big Cat. Well, the Pistons shooting 59% in this quarter. Terrific. Back to Cunningham. Stewart, a screen on Barnes. Cunningham passes to Thompson. The Pistons need to get one up quick. Another miss by Harris.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Pass to Pirtle. Barrett up top. It's Barnes on the wing. And out of bounds. Detroit will have it. 24 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Cunningham looking it over. Pass to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. And he nails the third. And so it's Toronto earning this break in the action, up 10, just pounding the painted area. That's helped him build an advantage. And don't go far. We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
You look at the Pistons, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part, the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Toronto Raptors.
Anytime they snip the paint, it's a bucket, and they found different ways to do it.
Yeah, their game plan gets the Shaq seal of approval. Get it inside and hit them hard.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Toronto leading by 10. So for Toronto right now, Ingram the 3 with Barnes the 4. Quickly at point with Barrett by his side. They're the guards. And it's Big Cat in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. On target from about 13 feet. Big Cat's got 16 points now.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Ivy passes to Stewart. Here's Harris. Takes a 3. And Big Cat pulls it down. Big Cat's got 11 rebounds in the game. Barnes from point-blank range.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Ivy, left side. Offensive rebound. Cunningham. And finished off by Stewart.
Well, where was the defense? You can't let a big man like Stewart get this deep.
Toronto leading by 12. Barnes passes to Big Cat. Toronto passing it around. Shot clock at 6. 3-pointer off the mark. Detroit has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And that one's good. Stewart.
Well, this is where Stewart should look to score. He can be very effective down low.
Here's Big Cat. Stewart defends. Big Cat shot is off.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Ivy off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits. Quickly outside. Here's Big Cat. Stewart defends. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham showing the D no mercy.
Well, with the size that Cunningham has, he is a real handful inside.
Here's Big Cat. Kicks it out to Barrett. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. That one falls.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Now here's Ivy. 7 points in the game. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
On the wing quickly. Stewart defends. Buries it from 3. Barrett's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
Harris on the wing. Got it. Good job in the low post. Harris has got 13.
Man, I'll tell you what. Everything Harris does tonight offensively has been working. He's piling up the points.
Here's Big Cat. He's got 16. Again, the Raptors good for 2 more.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
Now here's Cunningham. Ivy outside. Pass to Cunningham. Harris, a screen on quickly. Just 5 on the clock. That one's wide left. Toronto leading by 13. And he lobs it up top. Barnes, no good.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those 2 guys. Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Spins. Big Cat. Back to quickly. Over Cunningham. The rebound by Stewart. Stewart's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. It's stolen by Barnes. That's tipped. Here's Big Cat. Soft touch off the glass. Big Cat's got 20 points.
Simple. The closer you are to the hoop, the better your chance to score.
Cunningham with the ball. 7 points in the game. Thompson passes to Stewart. And there it is for him. Stewart's got 6 in the quarter.
What I love about Stewart, he never backs down. Plays the game with passion that's rarely seen.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Jaden Ivey.
I don't think anyone expected to see his production drop off.
There's 6 seconds left in the third. Here's Cunningham. Can't hit from the elbow.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And so it's Toronto, up 15 points as this quarter concludes. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. We'll be back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Karis LeVert is out there with Holland. Then it's Paul Reed. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Cunningham in at the point. That's the group for Detroit right now.
If the defender is giving him that much space, the points are inevitable.
A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down.
Something else they're doing in this game is striking from long range. The defense just hasn't been able to keep them off the arc tonight. Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Down low. Here's Reed. Banked it in off the glass.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Toronto leading by 12. Here's Big Cat. The three on target from range. Big Cat's got 9 points here in the second half.
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Pass to LeVert. Outside Robinson. Offensive board. There's Cunningham with a three. The shot no good.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's Ingram. And it's blocked. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Up top, Robinson. Cunningham outside. LeVert outside. 6 to shoot. Here's Holland. He's guarded by Barnes. They grab their own miss. Pass to Robinson. Cunningham outside. Now LeVert from the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 7th assist here tonight.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Big Cat passes to Barrett. Here's Big Cat, guarded by Reed. Here's Big Cat. The fader. And he can't bank that one in.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Inside, here's Reed. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Ingram, the pass to Quickly, to the middle. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. Pass to Holland. Cunningham on the wing, guarded by Quickly. Here's Reed. Rebounded by Ingram.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
Barnes passes to Big Cat. Quickly deciding where to go with it. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Barnes, no good. Pistons trail by 12. Pass to Cunningham. And Big Cat pulls it down. Big Cat's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
Just not his night offensively. That's part of why they fell behind.
Reed with a double. Barrett passes to Big Cat. Kicks it out to Barrett. Here's Big Cat. It's hauled in by Robinson. Detroit has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range. Cunningham outside. Over Quickly. Cunningham can't get that one to fall. Toronto leading by 12. Pass to Ingram. Fires the three. And there's the call on Scotty Barnes. That's his first foul of the game. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. A big group substitution here for Detroit. Stewart, he's checked in for Reed. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. Thompson, he's checked in for LeVert. And Jaden Ivey subbed in for Robinson. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, team, I was able to catch the message that J.B. Bickerstaff was giving to his team. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling, guys. Come on. We're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Big Cat. Rebounded by the Pistons. Stewart's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Quickly against Cunningham. Here's Harris. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Toronto leading by 8. Outside Barrett. Quickly outside. Pass to Big Cat. Ingram against Thompson. And that one's good. Ingram. And the Raptors lead by 10.
Well, we know Brandon has a smooth jumper, but man, he can really score down low.
And so Cunningham will bring it up for Detroit. Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. It's deflected.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Big Cat. And a miss there on the triple. Barrett against Ivy. Pass to Harris. Three-pointer, Stewart. And it's Toronto with a rebound. And here's Ingram from the arc. Good D by Cunningham.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Raptors lead by 10. Here's Big Cat. And he banks in the layup. Big Cat's got 7 points here in the quarter. And Grant, when it comes to a franchise player, how much does it help to have a guy who unites the locker room?
Well, you know, B.A., when you think of guys like LeBron James or a Stephen Curry or Tim Duncan, it's not just about their play on the court, but the type of person you see in the locker room. That can rally a franchise.
Thompson passes to Ivy. Cunningham outside. The floater. Rebound Toronto. Big Cat's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. To the inside. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Here's Harris. Rejected by Barnes.
Yeah, erasing the shot. Barnes saw it coming. He gets there to knock it away.
Down low. Here's Big Cat. And he dunks it down.
It's been an outstanding performance for them in just about every area.
Yeah, and to do it on the road, it shows how well prepared this team was coming into this contest.
Here's Cunningham. Great focus there by Cunningham to knock it down.
And the defense was all over him, but Cunningham shows some toughness inside.
Toronto leading by 14. Pass to Big Cat. Fades away. And there's Toronto with another bucket.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
And finished off by Stewart.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Quickly passes to Big Cat. Now Ingram. Outside Barrett. Barnes with a screen on Ivy. Barrett against Ivy. Cash it in!
They're really working the paint now.
Pistons trail by 16. Now Cunningham. Stewart, a screen on quickly. Stewart outside. He launches. It's tipped. And here's quickly. Oh, touches it off the glass.
Yeah, the defense gets in Barrett's face, so he gets aggressive right back, winning the and one chance.
At the line for the Raptors, Barrett, RJ Barrett. One shot.
Pistons trail by 19. Thompson outside. Inside. Yes, sir! Count it!
Well, you can see Thompson working on his passing and expanding his skill set.
And here's Quickly. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. 22 was their biggest lead. Barrett. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Barrett's got 9 points now in the quarter. Here's Cunningham, and just one more point would give him a double-double for the night.
He's made his presence known time and time again.
Out to Harris. They get it again. Back to Stewart. Thompson outside. Clock is at 3. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Lets it go from deep. And another shot, and he lays it in.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Raptors.
I'd say the rim protection really turned things around in their favor.
Yeah, their defensive rotations have been superb. They've been trying to challenge every shot. I love their effort.
And when we look at their record, this game pushes them to 49 wins.
And big-time bragging rights won today, just grabbing that season series.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Big Cat.
Well, the defense he played is what jumps out to me. Did a fantastic job to bother shooters, and he's got the blocks to show for it.
And it's a completely new group for the Pistons. Here's Shed. Robinson defending. Cuts off the pass. 1:02 left to play in the fourth quarter. Now here's Jones. The D's right on him. From downtown. Ooh, it doesn't go. Here's Big Cat. Dick with a screen on Levert. Outside Dick, takes a 3. Ooh, the shot misses. And the Pistons with possession here. Trailing by 17. Robinson outside, jacks up a 3. Booyah! He sinks the triple. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
For 3. Oh, he cannot hit. So it's the Raptors winning this one easily. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone else's building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.